Here's a question for you tonight. Why has the National Motorists Association named Metro Detroit one of the worst areas in the nation for speed traps? Well, tonight, 7 Action News investigator Scott Lewis follows the money looking for some answers. It's
about the Benjamins, isn't it? Andy talks to a retired cop who says he knows how to put the brakes on speed traps. Now, Scott, this is really a hot-button issue with our viewers.
It sure is. We get a lot of complaints, and that's why we've been digging on this issue for months. Is this all about traffic safety or raising revenue? We follow the police and the money, and you make the call. The 7 Action News investigators are following a Ferndale cop on his way to set up a speed trap. What's interesting is that he's not in Ferndale. He drives through a Detroit neighborhood, then maneuvers into a spot inside the Detroit city limit on 8 Mile. Before long, he's writing ticket after ticket. 30 miles away, a Romulus cop is working another hot spot on Eureka Road behind Metro Airport. Writing tickets here is like shooting fish in a barrel. These are just 2 spots out of many. So why are the police doing this?
The easiest way that the public can stay out of this fray is to follow the speed limit.
Ferndale's police chief says it's mostly about preventing serious accidents and reducing crime with police presence. But Jim Walker from the National Motorists Association disagrees.
I think it's strictly for revenue.
Walker says many speed traps are artificially low, which actually makes driving more dangerous. Before you decide, wait to see what happens when we put a laser on a Romulus cop in his own speed trap. And listen to what this ex-cop has to say.
I said to myself that when I got a chance to speak out about it that I would. And this is the time because I've been retired and now I feel free to speak out.
Many of you already have. The Motorists Association logs complaints about speed traps from people like you and posts them on its website. Each pin on this map is a spot where the speed limit suddenly drops or may be artificially low and police aggressively write tickets. You probably know the rest of the drill. In court, they offer you impeding traffic. If you pay on the spot, you get no points. Most people take the deal because they know they're not going to win.
I mean, I've been in this country 81 years. I'm a Korean War veteran, and I know that I don't stand the ghost of a chance. I'm intelligent enough to know that.
And they leave with a bad taste in their mouths.
I'm gonna pay these tickets, but you know, it's a shame that the city don't have any money where they have to do this to people. It's a shame before God.
It's perfectly legal for Ferndale police to write tickets here on the Detroit side of 8 Mile. Police have powers in neighboring jurisdictions, and the chief says Ferndale actually owns 2 lanes here. So it's legal. But is it right? Critics say this is all about revenue. You say?
I would be foolish to tell you that there was not a revenue component of this. But if you're saying that we're going out there to make the public pay for our law enforcement, I don't think that's a fair assessment.
The speed limit on 8 Mile is set by the state, and they're considering raising it.
45, 41.
Walker did his own speed study where Ferndale police are writing all those tickets. What percentage of the cars that came by were within the speed limit?
28%.
What does that tell you?
That tells you that the posted speed limit is wrong.
It's like a dirty secret. But it's really not a secret, but it certainly is dirty. And somebody needs to do something about it. Scarjoon
says the way to stop it is to follow the money, then redirect where it's going. Police can write tickets under state law or local ordinance. If they write under state law, most of the money goes to libraries. But under local ordinances, about 70% of the fine money goes directly to the local court and municipality. No surprise that almost all cities write under local ordinances. Scarjoon is on the web pushing for reform. He says if money from traffic fines went to the state and then was redistributed to cities for things like fighting crime and hiring cops, speed traps would disappear.
There would be no incentive for localities, municipalities to use their police officers as revenue agents.
Ferndale's police chief disagrees.
I believe that the locals are doing the work, then the local unit of government should get the revenue.
A few years back, Scarjoon sent letters to 30 lawmakers trying to sell his revenue reforms.
And much to my dismay, of the 30 letters that I wrote, I got 0 response.
But the 7 Action News investigators are taking action. We contacted State Senator Rick Jones, who's pushing for legislation to end speed traps. Jones agreed to meet with Scarjoon. He sat down and listened to his ideas. Scarjoon hopes other lawmakers will listen too.
I just feel sad that our legislators just don't step up to the plate and do the right thing.
And if you're still on the fence about whether speed traps are set too low to rake in dough, watch what happens when we put the speed gun on that Romulus cop as he heads back to his hiding spot.
53. No lights on.
13 over the limit, and we caught him 4 out of 4 times going over the posted 40-mile-per-hour limit.
If they're just driving from point A to point B, they're supposed to follow the same traffic laws as anyone else.
Here's the kicker. A small percentage of every traffic fine goes to pay health care for retired state lawmakers, $500,000 in fiscal 2011. Senator Jones says he was shocked to hear that, and he'll introduce a bill to stop it. Jones says he sees merit in Kurt Scarjoon's revenue idea, but he doubts there's enough support to pass it. Scarjoon says if people would get involved instead of just complaining about speed traps, they could change that. I'm Scott Lewis, 7 Action News.